Hello and welcome back to another short video for Final Fantasy XIV, just going over some basic stuff. Essentially this is just a lodestone post about Endwalker itself, and just with some further details. So the early access for Endwalker, as you probably already know now, was delayed, and that's scheduled to begin this Friday, December the 3rd at 1 AM PST, which is 4 AM Eastern Standard Time, which is also 9 AM GMT, by the way. If you're curious and you're in my region, then that's the sort of time we'll be able to play. In order to participate in early access, users must register their pre-order bonus code. If you've yet to register your code, please do ensure that you do so soon and prepare for the adventures to come. Those eager to start their adventures are encouraged to read over the following details and key days. So there's actually two hyperlinks there as well with further information, but essentially wherever you purchased your version of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker from should have its own set of details. For example, I pre-purchased the collector's edition, physical collector's edition, and as a result of that they have given me a digital collector's edition code as well as the physical collector's box. That's how that will basically be handled. The physical box may be delivered at some time at their own availability, but the actual game itself, I've already had that code and actually sorted that out on the Final Fantasy XIV website. So I implore you to double check that you have all of that stuff set up so that you can have a nice easy transition on December the 3rd to actually play the game. So end of early access. It says early access will end on Friday, December the 10th at 11:59 PM in the time zone for the registered accounts region. So North America is PST, Europe GMT, Japan Standard Time. Please register the full Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker registration code before this time to continue playing after the early access period. So we got originally our early access code, right, our pre-order code, which got us all those bits and pieces. We would essentially put that in and we have access to the early access. But of course we will actually have a full code for the full game, presumably on the same place that will be going out. So there's that. PlayStation 5 and PS4 users who have already pre-purchased Endwalker, once the registration of a full game becomes available, you'll be prompted to tie your Endwalker license to your service account, they say, the next time you log into the game. And on Windows and Mac users, please note the full registration code, distribution timing and delivery method may vary by retailer. Obviously, if you've purchased this from somewhere else, you're going to be at the obviously the beck and call of whatever service you've purchased this from. But it should be fairly self-explanatory when you look into that. They do have an extra bit here at the bottom that says regarding posting content during early access. They say during the early access period there will be no restrictions on what content you can discuss, post or stream while following the material usage license agreement. However, we ask that early access users please be considerate and do their best to avoid posting spoiler-related content, as there are those players who may start at the official launch or play at their own pace. And that's a very good thing to remember. So if you're a content creator watching this, or whatever, or maybe you post pictures on Twitter and other places, it's always a nice idea to think before you post. And if you do post anything spoilerific, make sure you have a thumbnail that isn't a death scene, for example. We've seen that before. It didn't go down well for some of those creators who did that. Pictures, you definitely don't want to post spoiler-related pictures on social media either. Just use a bit of common sense. And if the video, for example, that you're making, or if I was making, had spoilers within it, which is very likely, I would have a completely unrelated thumbnail with no reveal at all, just saying this contains heavy spoilers for this particular thing, and I'd probably use like timestamps and things like that, ways to avert that problem. People who just post things willy-nilly with any old thumbnail full of actual spoilers obviously are going to, probably lose some respect from the community during this time. So let's be nice to each other. Let's be courteous to others, and hopefully everybody sort of follows the same kind of thing. because the last thing you want is for things to be plastered everywhere. What I would advise you to do, however, is to probably turn off a bit of social media if you're not wanting to be spoiled out of things in and around December the 2nd to the 3rd and onwards, until you're happy that you can't be spoiled by anything any further. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Endwalker's early access. I will personally, I mean, this is another reason I wanted to put this video out here. I will personally be streaming the majority of my Sage leveling for the first stream, at least. So that should be about 7 PM, maybe earlier than that, on December the 3rd. GMT, sorry, we're not in BST anymore. GMT, so about 7 PM, maybe earlier than that, we'll see. And in the day, I'll be doing as many videos as humanly possible. If there are anything specifically spoiler related, those thumbnails will say spoiler content, and it'll be very generic for the first few weeks before we change those thumbnails or change those titles to be more specific. But I'll do my very best as a content creator to ensure that you don't get spoiled by any of my content, and obviously my streams. As I say, if you do tune in, if it's anything other than stuff that isn't spoilery, then I'll make sure that the title, etc., specifies that. But yeah, the plan is for me to reroll to Sage in Endwalker, so obviously that's going to involve a lot of leveling. So a lot of that will be Shadowbringers content to actually level that up. To get that to level 80, so I can start that session, and they start at level 70, so if you want to see me level, or maybe even group with me in a game on Chaos Data Center, that's what I'll be doing on that day. But yeah, I'm very excited for Endwalker. I'm even more excited to play Sage, and I can't wait to bring all of those lovely videos to you, so hopefully you're as eager as I am. But yeah, best of luck with whatever your plans are, and yeah, link in the description for all of these hyperlinks, and I'll see you all next time. Stay safe. Bye-bye.